hello, and welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget, give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, tell a friend. Okay, welcome to the show today. We have a double header for you. Two TLC trash box shows. First up on the docket is £1,000 Roomies Season 1, Episode 5, Deserted. Um, What'd you think of this? We're coming to the end of this, y'all. We're coming to
Yes.
the end of this.
So, how can I put this?
Mm-hmm.
The the show itself. I'm looking at the show. I like
Mm-hmm.
the show. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
not a fan of the editing and how they put it together, especially when it comes down to like Dr. Nori and now we're just now seeing the therapist.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she's acting like, girl, they want me to go see a therapist. I'm like, I mean, pretty much anyone who's ever watched any of these shows or has
Mm-hmm.
done any research at all knows you have to go through therapy to get approved. So that part I didn't like. And they have presented it like, I've been seeing a therapist for a couple of weeks, blah blah. Like if they had done it that way, I'd be more fine. But her, I'm like, oh my God, girl, I have to go see a therapist. I think therapist. Yeah, I could have done without that. Like, shut up. And to me, the MVPs of this episode were the friends. I mean, the friends gave really
Mm-hmm.
good advice. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't take sides. They
Mm-hmm.
saw each person's point of view and tried to explain to Nisha,
Mm-hmm.
the points of view, like from both sides. Like, we understand what you're saying. You're overwhelmed. We get it, but you also see it from her point of view. She's in pain and all this, and that. They did a great job. Now, the whole bickering thing, we kind of knew that was gonna come to a head anyway. We knew they were it was bound to explode, and
But
it's
Bree has
just
been calling it out to Nisha. Like, are you mad because you losing your eating buddy? And Nisha
yeah,
has yet
exactly,
to answer that.
exactly.
But what'd you think about the moms shutting, like retiring and shutting down her in-home daycare situation?
I mean, she just basically made her daughter jobless. You got. I'm giving you a 2 week notice for real.
But here's the thing, right? Nisha has all this animosity to her moms. Why are
Mhm.
you working there?
Because she doesn't feel like she can do anything else. Because she said, like, with my size, what kind of job can I
Then
get? Blah 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 blah
then
blah.
up, give up the job. Like either give up your animosity to your mom or give up the job with your mom. And the
True.
mother said to her point blank, period, you got lots of talent. And the first thing out of her mouth, well, I don't want to stand up. Stop it. You stand up over that stove cooking up all sorts of mess for hours.
All right, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Okay.
Hmm.
Thank you.
I don't know. This episode was really weird. It started off in Big Beer. The them trying to make some resolution. I'm glad that I think it was Tiffany got Jazz to get up and actually do some chores because I think it's because she doesn't do anything. That's why she's losing so much muscle. And she can't eat enough protein to replace all that muscle that she's lost. So I'm glad that she was able to even in the wheelchair get around and do stuff because she is too reliant on Jazz. Let's see who's in the chat. Hello, little lady. Hello, Wendy. Hi, Sarf 2. Hi, Steven. I'm sliding in sideways. Ah, thank you. You missed the episode. You ain't really missed much, Wendy. You didn't miss much. To me, it was kind of a filler. And it left on a cliffhanger. Let's see. Who else is in here? Um, you kind of side with Nisha in some ways. Jazz is too dependent on her. Nisha is her friend, not her nurse or assistant. However, I don't know. If that's your friend and you're living with them, you're going to try to help. But maybe if she had established boundaries from the beginning, none of this would be happening. Um, to be fair, she says she couldn't stand for long periods of times, not that she can't stand it all. Um, Again, she cooks for armies. That takes time. I think Nisha can stand when she wants to, um, and finds convenient ways and excuses. That's what I feel about Nisha, because she's there playing with them kids all day long at the daycare center. So I don't know. Helping her mom, she can take breaks whenever she wants. Do we know that? That's still her employer. I was saddened by the look on Jazz's face when she realized that she only lost 2 pounds once she stopped the shot. She lost 2 pounds? I thought she was stuck at five. What was it? 533. I mean, what does she think? She's not moving. She's not moving. And can you imagine if her appetite came back right away? The way how she was ordering foods, burgers, burritos, tacos, all in the same order. Can you imagine how much more weight she would have put back on? Mm.
So she's been cheating the whole time, basically, is what she's telling me.
No, no, no. We were talking about because little lady said, who was it? Steven said, I was saddened by the look on Jazz's face when she realized that she only lost 2 pounds when she stopped the shot. I didn't think she lost anything. I think she held even. Because I thought when she weighed herself at home, it was 533. And then when she weighed herself at the doctor's office, it was 533.
Hmm.
So she lost 100 pounds, which is huge, which is there's no taking away from that.
No, but
But
the thing is, oh, sorry.
no, no, no. Well, Nisha said it took a little bit for her to get her appetite back, or was it Jazz? I can't remember. But as soon as she started getting her appetite back, she's done nothing to resolve her food addiction. And she started,
Right.
what was that order that she placed for Nisha?
They have
Burgers,
like
burritos,
everything.
taco. Yeah,
Tacos, yeah.
it had everything in it.
But the thing
Healthy.
is, though, with the thing is, though, here's the bad thing with her particular situation. And yes, like it's heavily edited, so we don't really know the full context. I'm gonna give grace there because yeah, she lost 100 pounds, but it's due to not eating. That's not sustainable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But again, I don't I think she had the tools. I don't think she actually used them.
I agree.
And whenever you go into those places, they give you a dietary plan. Was she following it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we never saw that. We never saw that. She was sustaining herself on
Protein
shakes
shakes.
and protein supplements. And how often did we see her like she could have said, "Okay, I'm going to this seniors exercise thing. I'm going to be doing this every Tuesday. I'm going to aquasize next week. I'm going to be doing that every Thursday." She
Mhm.
needs like a routine.
Yes.
She needs a routine. She needs to be regularly exercising to keep those muscles active. Cause
And it,
she's always in the bed.
yes, and always in the bed screaming for Nisha to bring her something.
Mm-hmm. But again, the same way that she did in the cabin, Tiffany got her into the wheelchair and she was able to help. Why doesn't she do that in the apartment?
Because it's a different dynamic.
I know it's Tiffany asking her, right? However, Nisha needs to break her out of that because Nisha goes to work during the day. Or were
Right.
they only doing that for effect for the cameras? What is
I mean,
Jazz doing throughout the day?
the day making content.
Oh,
I'm
you
just
said it.
saying, like,
You said it.
I mean, and who's to say like part of her content isn't eating on camera though, and that could be an issue too.
Yeah, I don't watch the extended episodes. I watch it on the night that it comes on and then I'm done with it. Uh, sees that shot as magic. She doesn't want to move or eat right. She's got to do better because you saw her face when she realized at the doctor's office at the end of the episode that she didn't
Hmm.
make it. But I
And the
wonder if
thing
she's
is,
going to
though,
be like Doctor Now and just say, "Well, you're close enough."
here's the thing, though, with her is that yeah, the shot, like okay, based on what the shot is done, she has no appetite, right? And she's lost 100 pounds, and that's great. But if she were following the doctor's plan plus the shot, if she stuck to it like and was all in, she should have made that goal, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
Which tells
And
me
this,
there's been some sort of finagling, cheating type of situation.
do we know how long she was on like the weight loss program? Do we?
Like
Anybody
four
got an
weeks.
item?
No, remember because she remember because
No.
no, yeah, remember because when she went to the doctor, they gave her
For
6 weeks. Remember, they gave her 6 weeks to hit her goal, and she started taking the shot.
oh my god.
Yeah, it was like 6 weeks. Yeah, and then she started taking the shot the week after. So that makes I think that was like week two, and then we're up till now. So she took it for like 4 weeks, basically, is what it was. She took it for 4 weeks, and then she
No,
went off
no,
of it.
because we saw she was on it for a month and she lost 30 pounds.
Was it a month?
Yeah,
I don't
that
know
was the
why I thought they
first.
gave her. I don't know why I thought they gave her
No,
6 weeks.
because I don't think that would have been that wouldn't have been enough because she's not mobile.
Yeah. See, that's what I said too. That's why I was like, why? I'm gonna probably go back and rewatch it at some
Mhm.
point and figure out where I got 6 weeks from. For some reason, I thought it was 6 weeks. They gave her to lose the weight.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Steven is hitting it the nail on the head. Jazz hasn't addressed her addiction, and this should have been in therapy from the beginning when they handed her the paper telling her this is your diet. You need to
Hmm.
follow this. Here's your ingredient list. You need to get these. And here is Dr. whatever his name was. Name and phone number and email address. Set up an appointment. You don't get to her weight without having some sort of addiction.
True.
You know, uh, okay, she does need to be more independent, and they should have been trying to do that from the beginning. But at
Yes.
least Nisha got her to taking the ride share by herself. That was good too. It's very slow with her because again, she kind of closeted herself in that apartment. She's
Hmm.
become like a hermit. So it's not she's not going to be able to change that habit or those fears overnight. So I like her progress. I do. We saw her sitting in the kitchen cutting up fruit when she was helping Nisha make her cupcakes. Yep. Yep, that was a good start. I'm concerned about the protein surgically speaking. I think we all are. And I don't think anybody said anything about the protein results. We just saw her get on the scale
Hmm.
and find out that she was 100 pounds down.
Yeah, 'cause remember
So,
they tested Tammy's protein before they approved her on
mhm,
Sisters.
that's probably gonna be next week. Hopefully, it's within an acceptable range. It wasn't a month, Debbie. It was only a couple of weeks. No.
I feel like even I thought
Mhm.
that was like I'm like, damn, you're gonna starve her this a day? Like, how is she gonna do it?
Let me see, because I still have my notes from episode one. Um, I'll go back and look at my notes, but I swear that first weigh in where she lost 30 pounds, that was after a month. That's what's stuck in my head with that. Let me see.
30 pounds,
Okay.
maybe 30 pounds. I think you might be right. Now that I think about it. So okay, you know what it was? I think you might be right, and the reason why is I remember thinking like 30 pounds in a month. Shouldn't she have lost more with her body weight? So I think you might be right. I'm going to go back. I'm still going back and rewatch it, but I have a sneaking suspicion you're right on this one. Because I remember
Yeah,
30 pounds. Like I remember thinking 30 pounds. Like that's okay,
because
but
I
that's not much.
I think we talked about it because yeah, it's not that much, but she don't move. She
She don't
doesn't
move. Right.
move. So I mean, it's only so much a shot could do. They should start counseling before talking about shots. Don't like that doctor one bit. Oh, but who knows? Like again, I'm highly suspect of the edit of this show.
Yeah.
I
That's my
don't
thing with this.
think
Is the
it's portraying the story accurately. You know, um,
Mhm.
I don't know, cause anyway, this is crazy. But so what did we have going on in here? So Nisha finds out that she's not going to have a job within 2 weeks. So she decides that she's going to go into baking, and she found a few clients, which I thought was excellent. She should have been doing that as a side hustle anyway. And she
Same.
made really nice cupcakes. And she was doing the deliveries with Bree. I wonder if they were eating the client cupcakes, but maybe she made an extra batch just for them.
Yes.
Um,
I'll go side with that one. I am because her cupcakes did look
They
really
look
good though. I was like,
moist, they look juicy, the fresh fruit on the top. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. I think this could be like a really good venture for her. Um, she just needs to keep plugging away at it, build a
yes,
loyal clientele is your foundation.
a food. She would do really well with a food truck
Can she fit in it?
of some
Can she
sort.
fit in it?
You can have them like kind of custom. You just get one of the old ones. And you have them. You can
Mm-mm.
have it refurbished or something, or find somebody. Something in that realm of cooking where she would go out to the
Mm-mm. She
the
needs
food
to go
court
to the
areas.
farmer's market and sell them bad boys as
Oh
organic
yeah.
cupcakes.
Oh, good job, Dave. Because organic, you can add like $1 or two.
Exactly. And they don't got to know what the ingredient list is. Girl, go and then branch off into gluten free. What else, y'all people in California need like all these special celiac disease, all that bullshit that y'all in California like. She can make a killing. She can make a killing. And if she could figure out how to make a nice flour free cupcake and not the chalkboard ones that Whole Foods be putting out there, she would be awesome. Just go to any of them farmers markets on a Saturday and bring all your friends and help sell them. I would buy. I would buy. Oh my god. What else happened to her? Um,
Her mom. Like I will say this though, when she said like you've essentially left me with nothing, and then her mama said I appreciate you. I was like, what? What? Huh? Like
the
no.
mom has been
I was like,
so
what?
dismissive of Nisha this entire season. From get over it to I appreciate you. How are you friends with your mom?
Exactly. Like, how do you even speak to your mom after that?
Mm. If they made her see a counselor first, wouldn't that have been shown? Not necessarily, not if it was boring and not if it she wanted it to remain private.
Right.
Cuz I think with therapists, they have that HIPAA thing too, like they're doctors, right?
Like Hippocratic oath is something like you can't divulge client. It's like basically client patient privilege. Like that, like doctor patient
Right,
privilege.
but we
Excuse me.
gotta
Yeah.
sign all that paperwork now, reinforcing that.
Yeah.
So it's a
Right.
little difficult to go into people's like therapy sessions now. Or even the doctor's office. I am so shocked that these doctors came on here because Dr. Nori got gypped. Dr. Nori got gypped. I swear, if we weren't so jaded, we would believe that Dr. Nori sent her out there with a bunch of shots and nothing else.
we're too experienced in
Oh my
TLC
God.
and
Yeah.
shows. Yeah.
Jumping in to smash that like. Oh, thank you, Christoph. Thank you, Love Bug. I feel like the fight about the ride to exercise was really about Nisha fighting with her mom. But Nisha had a point. We saw that conversation when Jazz was there cutting up the strawberries, and she said, I'm taking this exercise class on Thursday. Um, I need a ride." And Nisha said, "No, that's the day I'm making my deliveries of the cupcakes." And okay, so to me, that conversation was done. Nisha is busy. She can't take you.
Hmm.
Get a ride share. And then it comes to the day, and Jazz is like, "Take me to the exercise." And she's like, "I told you I couldn't. I'm doing my deliveries." Now, this is her business. She has lost her job. She has bills to pay,
Right.
meaning Nisha. And I believe exactly what Nisha hit it on the head. She said, "Jazz hears what she wants to hear." That I agree with. Jazz was
Same.
completely wrong. Nisha was I think Nisha was excited about doing this, and Jazz kind of brought a little wah 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 to it, with this unnecessary debate, because Nisha already told her she couldn't take her. Get
Right.
the ride share app, call up a car, and go.
Here- But here's the thing with Jazz. She's like Nisha said, like, I told you that I couldn't go. She's like, yeah, you said you couldn't go to the class, but you didn't say you couldn't take me. I'm like, to me, those are the same thing.
Mhm.
If I can't go to the class, that means I can't go to the center. Period.
Mm. Oh no, Nisha's mom is horrid. Thank you for double checking that, little lady. Thank you. Um, I didn't mean shown without her consent. Oh no, we understand. Even though we would like that, but no. Why did Nisha take over the babysitter job? Nisha doesn't want to grow up, in my opinion. That's why she lectures
Well, the daycare,
Jazz.
well, the daycare is run out of her mother's house. So if her mother is shutting down the business, that means her house is no longer available to run the
And the
business.
license is probably
So
all done under the mother's address and name and all
yes.
of that. And that's not
Mm-hmm.
easy to get one of those
Nope.
licenses. So yeah, Nisha doesn't have the facilities. And you know what? You can't shut down a daycare center in 2 weeks like that. That was all for the show, because you have real customers there with children. You can't give people like 2 weeks if you're retiring. If it's like the city or the state shutting it down, well then you shit out of luck. But you like, these are your clients. You have to give them time to find someplace else for their kids. I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
thought this was all for the show, how that went down. Um when meant it should be part of her storyline. All the other weight loss shows have counselors. That's true. But this one has been odd from the beginning. Hi Ryan, you're never late. Our mini happy hour went over. Oh, what'd you drink? Did you drink something for me? I hope so. I like champs. I like champs. 100% Jazz trying to strong arm Nisha. Yeah. Hold on. It's the same. Jazz was being needy. She acted like she never used Uber before. Yep. Mm-hmm. And we know she used it because she complained about the car. Yeah. It was actually one of the first things um, in Nisha's plan to get her out of the house, taking her to the beach and then having her call a Uber, because she did it to go to the girls gathering. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yes.
that's why I said Jazz is too dependent on Nisha. She just assumes Nisha is going to do everything she wants. The nurse or assistant. I think it's more than that. This was a new experience for her. And I think she really more so wanted Nisha to be with her as opposed to just driving her. I think that's it. Because
Right.
remember how
That's
scared she
that's
was with the pool stuff?
yes. Hmm.
Yeah. Nisha justifying her size, keeping her from doing other types of work was highly problematic. Like you really allowing your weight to hold you back. But that's what she was preaching to Jazz at the beach. Don't let it hold you back. And yet, when it comes to the daycare center, it's different. Like, Nisha, get your story straight. Never used an Uber. Steven, you never used the Uber? Don't worry. I was late to Uber too until I had to. Um, let's see. I don't understand that, but like Nisha has said she has to learn to do things on her own. It's going to be a bit different for Jazz than the rest of us. Again, she has self isolated herself because of her weight. And then you're going from just the familiar, the two people who are always in your space, to going outside and confronting the world. And then she has this thing in her head that people thinks that she's big. Um, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I I congratulate her for getting to the seniors exercise program on her own and then actually doing it and having fun. And then at home, we saw her doing weights with her arms. Um, I think, like, I wish they were showing this from the beginning and not towards the end, where we're thinking, based on their edit, that she didn't do any of this stuff until the very end and womp, 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 womp. That's why she didn't make her 500-pound goal.
Exactly.
It's very deceiving how, how they've edited this series. Um, Jazz uses, okay, highlight. It's pretty visible in my opinion. Jazz uses the knee. Mm, okay. The therapist appointment was eye opening. We see why she was probably always running off as a kid, avoiding her mother's toxic, and then fell right into one. Let's discuss this. The therapy appointment. We find out the mother was in an abusive relationship. She is the oldest of all of the children. She saw everything and understood what was going on. She ran away from it and then ran into an abusive relationship herself, which led her down this path. Wow. That was a lot. And it made me realize that we really didn't know much about her background. We knew about Nisha and the church and the cult and all of that,
Hmm.
but this is the first time that Jazz has opened up and shared with us. Did you get anything else from the therapy session?
I think you know what? I think it was very. Oh, how can I put this? Not it's not so much telling. I like the fact that the doctor was very straightforward with her and so like you're a food addict, like
Mm-hmm.
you have a food addiction,
Mm-hmm.
and telling her that so she understands that there's a reason behind this. So basically, we learned that her mother was in an abusive relationship, and then she wound up being in an abusive relationship, and then with the when she got out of it, she turned to food for
Mm-hmm.
comfort, and she isolated herself away. So basically, like food was basically like she felt like her only friend to a degree. So that was like her support system, and in that time, so she's become so dependent, just like maybe an alcoholic or drug addict. Food is basically her drug, and she's addicted
Mm-hmm.
because she's like you need food to live, but she needs food not just to live. It's like her emotional support. It's her friends. It's pretty much her world. So the fact that now the food has to decrease in order for her to be healthy and live is hard on her. And I'm glad the doctor told her that he didn't sugarcoat. He said you're an addict. if there was no fluffy feelings behind it, like you're an addict and we need to help you. And I really appreciated that about him. I really did because we don't hear people really discuss food addiction
Mhm.
because it's interesting that people don't really think food addiction. And some people don't think food addiction is real. Like, no, it's real.
Mhm.
I mean, it's real.
Yeah.
It's no different than being addicted to shopping and being addicted to drugs, alcohol,
There is a big
sex. No
critical
different.
difference. We don't need alcohol to survive. We need food to survive. And him, Dr. Samuels is the doctor that she went to see. He said he had 33 years in the field of addiction. And he thinks that she has a hardcore, he says that food is a hardcore addiction because you have to differentiate um, food. What is it my boss says? She eats food to survive, but not the other way around. I can't she has this particular saying on it. Like it's very weird. Like normal people eat when they're hungry. Um
Hmm.
but when you have an addictive personality and it's food, it's hard to break that because you still need to eat food in order to
Right.
survive. Like if you're on drugs, um you don't need drugs to survive daily. You just don't. And I
Well,
admire him for
I'm going.
helping her.
Okay. Well, it depends on your disposition. Some people feel they need that. I understand you. We need food for sustenance. Yada yada yada. I get
Mhm.
that part, but it's the fact that it's a chemical brain type situation.
Right,
So,
but
but I know exactly what you're
yes,
saying.
yeah,
Food is a necessity. Food is a
yes.
life necessity.
Food and water
I get what you're
is
saying.
a necessity. And so when you're addicted to food, it's difficult to even conceptualize that as the
Hmm.
addict, you know?
Right.
Hello, avoiding eye contact. Hold on. Let's see. The therapist empathized with her how hard it must be to move around in her body. Yes.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the session, the way how he left her lifted up with just a few simple words, like I thought he was good. I like him. Um, he said that he has hope for her and she needs to be aggressive in the recovery area because if she does that, she has a shot. If she doesn't, she's dead. That was his like last uh it wasn't his words to her. It was his confessional to us, I guess. But he's very realistic with her. He's very realistic with her. The ping pong between Jazz and Nisha when Nisha was delivering the cupcakes and Jazz was um, at the exercise place was a bit ridiculous, but I think it ended on a good note because I think Jazz overcame her fear of going to the workout by herself for the first time. She did the workout. She saw that it wasn't going to be it wasn't all that I guess she had built it up in her head to be, and I guess she called Nisha afterwards to let her know I did it. Boom. Don't worry about me. So she's getting there. Bit by bit, she's getting there. Um what else did we see? Oh, and it just ended at the doctor's office. And we saw that she came down from 630 to 533. And the doctor's saying, we needed you around 500. So it feels like she's not going to get the surgery, which is sad. What else are y'all saying? Your internet is down until Sunday? Oh no, I know that feeling. My internet went out for like a whole day. I was spazzing. But I ran up my data, so here you go.
These are real ideas.
It's interesting how they haven't shown them doing any cooking in the house lately, other than Nisha's baking side gig. Yeah, it was the cheat day breakfast, and then the baking. Oh wait, she cooked. Well, the cabin doesn't count, right? The
I would
cabin
count the cat
doesn't
because she
count.
could. 'Cause she could. I mean, she. This is the thing with Nisha though. It- You can cook to support your friend because Nisha looks. She can cook anything,
Mm-hmm.
and she can eat what she wants to eat. But the way she cooked, like the bacon, the eggs, the protein, like I, I, I'm sure Nisha could whip up a mean protein, like protein based meal. I'm just saying there's no reason that she can't support Jazz when she's
Mm-hmm.
already cooking. Does that make sense? It wouldn't be a
That's what
stretch
I
for her to
said from
cook.
the beginning.
It's
That's what
not a
I said from the
stretch.
beginning. Yeah, because she could bake a chicken breast and leave that for Jazz, and then she could do whatever she want with her other chicken breast or whatever. You know what I mean? Because
Put all the barbecue sauce on it that you want to.
exactly, and she's got to cook for the little girl too. So I don't believe that she's not cooking in there. And Ryan, we talked about this. I think it was last week. Didn't we talk about this, Jamal? Ryan says, does watching this show make anyone else hungry? The food videos during the scene transitions look so good. Yes, they do. I get hungry, extremely hungry watching this show.
We got
Jamal,
three
you need to
minutes.
go around and explore food and let's do a video on that.
That'll be interesting, actually. But we got 3 minutes.
Okay. Oh, is this about her bending down on the scale? I think we talked about this. I think it was Ryan who told us like her center of gravity is off because of her backside. Um, Based on the previews for next week, it looks like she does get the surgery. Yep. Let's see. Okay. All right, so guys, that's it. That's the episode. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and join us in a couple of minutes when we will be reviewing the new season of Whitney. And Jamal is not happy. Not happy at all.
Yeah, it's not gonna
So
be. It's
tune
not
in to
gonna be
see what he
nice.
has to say. All right, guys. Jamal, until next time.
Of course.
All righty. Hold on. Let me take this down. Bye, guys. See you